Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today I'm standing in my kitchen because today I'm actually going to clean out my kitchen cupboards. So as you can see, I have pulled out all my bakeware that I have to go through and figure out what I'll keep. I don't have much left anymore. I used to have so much more, so this is all I have left. I've gone through the entire basement. Everything is gone. There's nothing. There might be a few odd pans downstairs, seasonal stuff. I'm not quite sure, but I found a lot of my seasonal stuff I've already brought up here. So I have cleaned out under my kitchen sink. It just needs to be wiped down and a few items put back in there. This drawer here as well is where I keep most of our day-to-day bakeware that I use all the time. And then up above the cupboard, or up the cupboard above the fridge, is where I keep the bakeware that I don't use on a daily basis. So I just thought that because it was so hard to climb up here to bring everything down, I would just bring everything down before I started filming. And then I did that, and then I just started pulling out from under the fridge, not the fridge, from under the sink and under the oven, just got those two cupboards cleared out as well. And I would say I didn't find a lot of garbage. Under the sink is usually full of stuff. I've got this small little pile here, so I've got some paper that some dishes were wrapped in. I got some garbage bags, some Ziploc bags, an ice cream bucket, and this that I have to put back on the fridge in the garage. Another one of those. Oh, I need that. Another little tiny little bottle brush for water bottles and stuff. And then these were also under. So I've got this huge colander here that my mom gave me. I'm gonna get rid of it. I have used it. It was great when there was like so many people living in the house, like me and my husband and all 4 kids. So when there was like 6 of us, or if I'm making a big dinner for extra company, that was a perfect size because I can actually make like 3 kilograms of pasta and be able to strain it at one time. I don't need that anymore. Then we have these, there's 3 of them. They're just those plastic domes that go over top of food when you're not, you're just not eating at the moment. They work great for outside, so I will keep these. And then I've got all my little copper molds that I have, and I usually have them hanging up in the kitchen. They were taken down when we got our house painted, so they just never got put back up, and I would like to get them put back up this week. This here is, these molds is a mix of ice cube, chocolate, and candle and soap making. So these ones here, I think I've got some of these that say they're from IKEA. I believe this one is an IKEA one. And I don't like it for ice cubes. I find it very stiff and hard to pop the ice cubes out. But I found it really good for making really cute looking candles and soaps. Well, especially soaps, because then the soaps kind of look like little starfish. So that I'll put back with my soap making. And same with these ones here. I don't know where I got these. They were like a garage sale or secondhand store, and I did try to make them with ice in them, but they are just so flimsy. Again, I'm not sure. I don't think these ones are the IKEA ones. I have a few that say IKEA on them, but I find they work the best for making little square soaps or little square candles. So I'll put those again with my candle and soap making ones. And then all these ones here are my chocolate molds. So I will be taking and putting these downstairs. Oh, so there's the ice cube ones. This one here is for ice cubes, and it's covered in glitter because, yeah, we use this one for soap making. My daughter did. So put that with soap. And then these ones here, these skinny, yeah, these ones here are definitely the IKEA ones. They say IKEA right on them. Again, I got these secondhand, and they make the perfect ice for water bottles, which we use a lot in the summer. So those I have to wash and put them somewhere else. But those ones, all these other ones here are the ones I use for making chocolates. Again, I just got to pick this up and put this over here because this is all our brushes. This was also under the sink. So I've got 3 glass jars that I got to wash and clean out. And then I've got all the different bottle dish things for cleaning dishes. Now this, I love this. but it takes up so much room on this counter. It didn't work sitting properly on this counter, but it cleans the glasses. It's got a little bent, but you put your glass over top and then you swivel and it washes the inside and the outside. I find it works really good if I have it sitting in the sink, and I love it, but my husband finds it kind of a pain to be, so I keep it under the sink, and then I'll use it when I'm doing lots of glasses. So those there. So like I said, now I'm just going to finish going through all this stuff. About 4 or 5 years ago, I had gone to the copper. Every pan I own, I went to, got myself new dishes, new copper pots, and I am very disappointed with the copper. The amount of money I spent, like almost $300 on copper bakeware, because everybody went to copper a few years back, and these little spots, I never cook anything directly on this tray. This is a little oven fryer, supposed to be for French fries and other stuff, but little things drip and stain, and I cannot clean this. I mean, if I go like this, I try to scrub it, it doesn't come off. In fact, then there's the corners here where the copper itself is coming off. And then I have my good big roasting pan. I paid like nearly $30 for that one. This roasting pan, I paid $60 for it. And this metal thing doesn't even touch here, but as you can see, like there's the gaps here. Nothing touches these corners, but look at that. It's just all the copper has gone off of it. And I've never cooked anything directly in this pan. I always use this, and I don't soak my stuff, but all the copper stuff is just peeling off and flaking off, so I have to get rid of this roasting pan. I'm going to get rid of that other copper one too, and same with all my copper pots. They all have done that. They're not that old, and within 2 months all this stuff was just peeling off, and I thought it was the kids were using metal. That I actually took all the metal utensils away, and even just using like the rubber, all that stuff is just flaking off. So that's what I have to do. I now have to buy new pots. I shouldn't have to yet after only 4 years, but I'm not going back to the copper stuff. It's a pretty color, but it's just not worth it. And I haven't used this pan for over a year, and I can see that just sitting up in the cupboard, not being used, and more of this stuff is just flaking off. Like I'm just wiping like this, and I'm getting copper chunks on my finger. So these copper pans are not going back up in the cupboard. So I'm just going to set them aside right now, because I was not happy with them. So they are going. See, it's so easy to go through stuff. Now I have this pan here, and my kids were really into watching Nerdy Nummies for a long time. We've made so much stuff with her stuff. We actually went and checked out her cookbooks from the library, and we made so much of her stuff. We watched her channel all the time. Rosanna Pansino of Nerdy Nummies. And so when we found this at Value Village about 2 years ago, I think it was, for $4, so we bought it. We have not had a chance to make anything using the round cake pan. I hope to get something done this year, maybe for Easter. Maybe we'll make something, we'll make an Easter one. So that I'll keep. I have 2 of these pans. Now this one is my newer one, so I'm keeping that one. This one, again, it's so rusted, I can actually get rid of this one now. For a long time, I couldn't find my Angel Food pans, and so this one, when I cleaned out the basement last year, I found it and I brought it upstairs, but it has just, it's seen better days, so I'll be getting rid of that one, because this is the newer one that I recently got. So that one I will keep. This one I can go. I've got these other cake pans here. This one is fun. This one is called a pinata cake pan. So it's got this metal part here, which it's broken. But you fill up the cake mix, and then it's got this works, I can get this to slide right there. So you fill it up, and then this acts as a placeholder. So you get this hollowed spot in the center here, and then you put whatever stuff you want to put in there, flip it over onto your tray, and then when you cut into the cake, whatever candies or whatever you put in the center, you'll get it. So that was a really fun one. So that one I'm keeping. And I have this cake pan, which I have not used yet, but it gives you the 3-tier cake in one cake pan. So, and I got this secondhand. I think Value Village, probably like $4 to $6. Oops, there's my door. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, just my neighbor. Then I've got these ones here, which I will go through these slowly, but I've got my little cookie pans here, and these ones are Make the Peeps. Oh, these ones here are so rusted and so old. These ones I'm gonna get rid of. See, I can go through and just start getting rid of so many of my pans because I don't need them. These ones are fun. That's the Vampire Teeth. This is the donut one my husband just got me. This is the small cake pan. I actually don't think of, oh, this is the cookie pan. I have not ever used this one. Maybe I did once, but I know I'm not going to be using it, so I can let that one go. This one here, and this is the instructions for it. I'm going to keep this one here. I like that one. This one here, I'm going to let this one go too. I don't need that. My kids aren't at home anymore. And then I've got this one here. I always prick my fingers on. And this is the muffin cupcake pan. And it's got these little spikes. So you can put little surprise things in here. Like if you put like a little cherry, it's going to hold the cherry directly in the center of your cupcake. And then I got some regular cupcake pans. It's falling behind me. There's another one of my cupcake pans. I got to go through these because I've got some that are more rusted than others. So I will go through them and I'll keep the nicer looking ones. This here. This is my small little whatever these pans are called, like this. This one I bought so I can make cheesecake in my Instant Pot. Springform pan, that's what it is. Then I've got my other set of 2 springform pans right here, the 2 different sizes. These ones are new. This one is also new. So these ones I've recently just purchased. So those I definitely keep. These are just my regular round cake pans. They've been well used. I got to keep them for now because this is, I think, the only 2 I have left. I know they're badly scratched, but that happens. I've probably had these like 15 years now. So using metal knives to cut out the cake or pie or whatever I made in here. So those I'll keep for a little while. That's why I now use the parchment paper to line these, which was something I never used to do, but now I do that. I recently got this guy at a garage sale in the summer. So it's the Pillsbury Doughboy cake pan, so that I want to keep for a while. I've got 3 of these pans. Each one makes 2 like mini like lasagnas or meatloaves, which is perfect because I had 4 kids who were picky and they liked or didn't like certain things, so they could each make their own tray of something. We also made this for desserts, so I could make a lot of desserts at one time. I've got 2 nice cookie sheets. That's all I have left for my cookie sheets. I got to keep those. Oops. These I have to put in the other drawer, but these I recently got at the dollar store. I think I paid $3 or $4 for this set from Dollarama. So it's KitchenAid, the bowl scrapers. So those I definitely have to, put in the drawer. But they were downstairs in some other stuff, so I just brought them up. This is my giant cookie cutter. I use this every Christmas to make giant cookies. It says it should be like worth $13. It was HomeSense for $7, but I got it in clearance for $1. I've got this cake pan here. I love this one. And it makes the checkered cake pan, which I do make that quite often. It's really fun to make, and it makes cakes look like you spend hours baking when you don't really. And then I've got my gingerbread house bake set. So this actually has, does it have a picture? No, it doesn't have a picture, but it has all the pieces to make your gingerbread house. And then I have this. This is my cookie pastry press, and it's in copper, and I think it's from like the 50s or the 60s. It's hard to pull out of here sometimes, but whoops. Just based on the way this cookbook looks, I really think it's the one from the 60s. And it's got the cookie press and all the little pieces, the little nozzles, and these other little round ring things, whatever they're called. I know they've got a name. I don't know what they're called. Make those fancy cookies. And then I've got my loaf pans here. I actually have 4 of them. I've got 4 of them. They're in really good shape. I don't use them often, so those that I have. I've got 2 square ones, and again, these were all bought at the same time. I guess no, I have 3 square. Okay, I've got 3 square ones. I bought these square ones. Okay, you can see they're all made by Betty Crocker. They were all bought at like the same time, so you can see which ones I actually use more. I have, this is my SpongeBob cake pan. I'm not getting rid of that one. I don't know where the Dora cake pan went. I think I loaned it to a friend and never got it back. So that I have to keep because my son was really big into SpongeBob and I made him so many cakes with that. Here I've got these jumbo muffin tins. Recently got these at the dollar store. I don't remember if it was Dollarama or Dollar Tree, but they were, I think, $1.50 a tray. So I bought 2 of them, and I use these when I make my big jumbo muffins. I used to sell Avon, so I actually have this from Avon, and it makes that giant Christmas tree cookie thing, and it looks like a whole bunch of stars. Each layer, I use that almost every year for Christmas. Then I've got this pan, which I bought, I think, 2 or maybe 3 years ago. Oops. I haven't actually had a chance to make it. I was going to do it this Christmas, and I just ran out of time. So this, I know these are worth a lot of money. I paid like $7 or $8 for this at Value Village, and so I just have to figure out how to use it, and then I will use it. And this one is, I know it's got a name, so I'm just trying to find the name. It's a 10 cups, well, there's the name, Hansel and Gretel Bundt Pan. And it is by Nordic Ware. So I know it's a pricey one, and I've gone to the Nordic Ware website and they have the recipes for it. And these are fun. This is the mustache cookie cutters. So it's got the different patterns to make the different types of mustaches. It's got 5 different ones. I haven't had a chance to use this. As you can see, somebody paid like $11 for it. I got it at a secondhand store and I paid like $2 for it. Then I recently got this set here, I think it was last fall, and it makes, you got the 3 pans. I don't know the size, I don't know how this works, but it's got these 3 pans. Oopsie. It's got the 3 different sizes, and I always forget that these are not attached. So you've got a large one, and then the medium one, and then the small one to make your square tiered cakes. Oops. I've got some little glass dishes here. Just gonna move these out of my way. I sold Avon, so I bought these from Avon a few years ago. So there's a battery and a googly eye. See, amazing what you find stuck inside pans. So this one here, it's from Avon, and this makes the cross. And then I've got this one here, and it makes the Easter egg. So they've got the 2, how these ones work. It's same as that other one, the round one. So you have to make sure that you use these when baking, and you put so it stabilizes it. And you have to put these on a cookie sheet as well to bake like that, and it holds it still. And then you can either have 2 half eggs, or you can actually attach the 2 loaves together, or the 2 cakes together, and get one giant round Easter egg. I never did it that way. I liked having the 2, Then I always made one white and one chocolate, which is more fun and easier. Oops. And I got my Christmas tree cookie pan. And this is another Halloween cookie pan. So these I keep because I think they're just fun to keep, these little cookie pans. And I got this little gingerbread cookie pan and the other Christmas with a whole bunch of other shapes. And then this stack here, oops, I've got, this is the Halloween this is the Halloween cake pan. So that one I'm keeping. This one was really funny, but it's the monkey cake pan, so that one I'm also keeping. This is my little flan pan. I've actually used this quite a bit. It's been a while since I made a flan, but I still have my pan to make them, so I'm keeping that one. This one here makes my 6 little mini individual bunt things. I love that one. So that one I'm definitely keeping. This is just our popcorn snack bowl that I got a couple years ago for Christmas. So it says Twister, Scrabble, Monopoly, and Candyland. So this one is like a pretty good sized bowl. It just needs to be cleaned because it was under the sink. And then I've got some pizza pans, which I will say have definitely seen better days. I can't get rid of until I have stuff to replace them. Oops, I have another square pan. Okay, I guess I've got 4 square. I didn't know that. And I've got 2 of the longer rectangle, probably like 13 by 9 metal bake sheets. Yes, or like lasagna, lasagna or cake pans. Then I've got my little roasting pan here, so it's got that and the 2 extra pieces of the broiler pan, so that I use all the time. And I have 6 of my stackable cooling racks, which I use all the time. So that is it. So I don't really have a lot left in my kitchen and ways of bakeware. So now I'm just going to wipe out my cupboards and put everything back, and then I'm going to start on the next cupboards. I'm just trying to figure out which order I want to do this. I've done that one. Maybe I'll do this one up here next. Let's see. I'm just going to go through and see what my cupboards look like. See, this is where I just keep a lot of seasonal cups and place settings. Let's see, over here, that cupboard was my coffee and tea. It's been done. This bottom cupboard, yeah, see, a lot of this stuff, I've got so much kitchen gadget things. I've decided that if I haven't used them, I'm going to start listing my kitchen stuff on Kijiji. And I think, yeah, these cupboards here, I mean, they're pretty organized. I did the big job last year and nothing has moved. And in fact, I think half of these little things here, I am just going to list them all on Kijiji for like 10 bucks each and just let them go. I'm not getting rid of my gummy maker, and I'm not getting rid of my cake pop one or my sandwich, or what's the other one? I've got my sandwich maker, the waffle maker, and the quesadilla maker, and one more I want to keep. I just don't know which one. I don't need that one. Oh, the pie. I want to keep my pie maker. I love my pie maker. So these ones here I've never actually used, or I haven't used in a long time. So these 4 I know can just go. And like I said, I'm just going to put them on Kijiji for 10 bucks each. And then I've got, this is this Better Magic Bullet set. It's a large set. This is the one that I use. And then I have another one that my husband had bought me, and it's the NutriBullet. It says smaller pieces, and it's the one that my kids use. So this one I'm keeping. Has more pieces. The other one is the one I'll probably, you know, like downsize and get rid of and go through it. And same with this cupboard here. There's a lot of just kitchen gadgets here. I mean, I use my ice cream maker. I use my popcorn maker. So those I will keep. I don't use my food processor. That can go. This grater, this one here, this big one is back here. It has all these attachments. I only use it grating cheese. That can go now. I've got something better now that I like. I've got my crepe, it says it's for crepes or pierogi maker thing here. I don't need it. I've got this sushi maker. I don't use it. Oh, that's my pineapple core. I use that one all the time. These little dishes here, like I've got these ice cream dishes. I have a set of 11 of them. Then there's this one here. It was really cool looking. I'll bring it out when I'm showing more. You can see it. I just don't use it anymore. It was really good when my kids were little, but I don't use it anymore. This one, the sandwich maker, was fun when my kids were little, but again, I don't need it anymore. My bagel slicer, I'm gonna keep it, but I'd like to get a better one. My little hand mixer here, I hardly use it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. This one here, my immersion blender, I use that when I make soups and sauces, so I definitely have to keep that one. See, it's this one here. Do I always feel like bringing up my big stand mixer? I don't know. Do I want to keep this one? Maybe I'll keep it for a little while longer. Like I said, I recently bought this one just to see how it would work. I found it at the dollar store like for $3 or $4. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I just thought it'd be fun just to try once, and if I don't like it, I can just sell it for a couple bucks. You know, I paid a couple bucks for it. I can sell it back, you know, for a couple bucks. It's supposed to be able to cut your fruits and veggies into sheets. So that'll be interesting to see if it really works. And see if I actually like using it. So those cupboards. And then on the other side of my island, or, you know, I guess I've got this one here. This cupboard here is just our catch-all cupboard for everything that doesn't fit in the other cupboards. And half of this stuff, it can just go now. I know we don't use, see, those are my water bottles, and I've got my travel mugs. I've got stuff up there that are like so old that I don't use them. I can get rid of so many of those. So this cupboard will be fairly easy to clean out. Over here, this drawer here, this drawer needs to just be kind of organized. It's pretty easy to clean. This one is always, like, since I cleaned this one out, it has stayed clean. It's been so easy with having like tea towels, dishcloths, and then all the little scrubbies here. I just kept it when the kids help put laundry away. It makes it so much easier and everything's not just thrown in the drawer. This one here is this is the NutriBullet. This is the large one. And then these are all the Ziploc bags, which I just have to reorganize. Like I said, under the kitchen sink is now completely empty. And then this cupboard has just more of my bigger items that I think I've got stuff in here that I've never used. Like my hot dog maker thing, it cooks 2 hot dogs, toasts 2 buns, that I can let go. Behind there, I have a juicer I can let go. I love my little mini slow cooker, so I'm keeping that one. My big slow cooker, my thing broke. Tried to repair it, it's not working. I'm gonna actually let this one go. I have my Instant Pot, and I figure if I keep my Instant Pot, I can let this one go. I've got my little skillet, electric skillet that I can keep. And then back there I got some other kitchen gadgets that like a dehydrator. I'm gonna try and see if I like it. I've got another kitchen gadget back there. I will have to test and see, but I might just let that one go as well. And then these drawers, like this one here pulls out. This is just garbage bags, Ziploc bags, baking, parchment paper, saran wrap, tin foil. So this has actually stayed really organized since I've did this. It doesn't look like anything's ever moved, and the kids are in there almost every day. This drawer is our pots and pans, and it's pretty organized. It hardly gets, out of place. This drawer down here is a catch-all for lots of extra things, but there is things in here that we just don't use anymore, and I'm just gonna go through that, and I'll probably get rid of half of the stuff in here because I don't use them anymore. This bottom drawer is mixing bowls and other stuff that I actually use all the time. Like we have all these Pyrex ones that are like from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I actually use them on a daily basis. Oh, and then here I've got my silicone cupcake liners. Those I use a lot too. I just have them here because they just kind of cleaning out the drawer and they just kind of found their way there. And then this drawer here is fairly organized. I've got all our, these are the Pyrex or Anchor containers, like our glass containers, and then all the lids that go with them. There's a few plastic ones, Rubbermaid Tupperware here for the kids to take for school lunches, and I do have another one of the water bottle, was it the ice cube makers here, and I also have my asparagus holder, which I will say I've never actually used. My asparagus is not in the house long enough to use this, so I think I'm going to get rid of this when I go through here. And then we've got a whole stack of these lids, and these are for the pet food jars, which are important to keep, but I think we've got more than we need, so I think I'm going to move the pet food jars to a different drawer. If I can get these drawers to close. I don't like the drawers. I prefer the cupboards. So the drawers get very heavy and they're hard to pull out and hard to stack sometimes. This is pretty well organized. It just needs to be lined up. And same with this. This one is pretty organized. You can see what's in here. And you have to kind of dig through because stuff was laying on top. And there's a few little things in here that belong in one of the other drawers, but those are pretty easy to sort out. This drawer, again, it's just one of these other extra catch-all drawers, like fast food stuff like this just gets thrown in this drawer. Oh, there's those scissors. I was looking for them. I couldn't find them when I needed them. They got thrown in the wrong drawer. So like I said, I'll just kind of clean that out. This is just our regular silverware drawer. It just needs to be a little more organized. When you open and close the drawer, the knives always just fly right out of the holder here, and so do some of these. My husband tried to build it up with the tile, but what he noticed is the tile actually just helps them slide across even faster. So we just have to find another tile. We just haven't found another tile that fits in here. I think that's what we need, just one more tile, and then it will kind of prevent all our silverware from flying out. It stopped the knives and some of these spoons right here, but these larger ones and the knives, it's just made it easier for them to keep sliding every time we open and close the door. So if I do that, you can see how they just kind of all slide. So I just have to, put something along here. So I think that's it. Oh, and then these other two drawers over here. These are just some more kitchen gadget drawers that just need to be, everything needs to be just taken out and kind of reorganized. Because I can see there's stuff in this drawer that's supposed to be in this drawer, stuff in this drawer that's supposed to be in this drawer, and I just pretty much didn't mind. My kids put the stuff away, and as long as it's in one of these two drawers, it's easy to find. So I'm just going to put all my baking pans back up in the cupboards they belong in, and then start with the next cupboard, and I'll be back when I'm doing that. Alright, so I got everything out of this cupboard. Well, I didn't take the magic bullet stuff out. I did move them and wipe off the shelf, but those are staying in there, so I decided not to take them out. But I have taken everything out of these two cupboards, and everything is now on my island as to what I decided what I'm keeping and not keeping. So I'm keeping my cake pop maker, I'm keeping my gummy candy machine, I'm keeping my popcorn maker, ice cream maker, and this one just because I got it. Now I also said this had this other attachment blade for fettuccine, which is, I think that's why I bought it, because I want to make pasta again. So those I'm keeping. My food processor I'm going to get rid of. Oops. I'm going to close these cupboards in my way. This one here is my sandwich maker. I'm keeping my sandwich maker. I'm keeping my waffle maker. I'm keeping my pie maker, and I'm keeping my quesadilla maker. So I will be getting rid of this cookie maker, the pretzel maker, the pie pop maker, and the muffin maker. Now I did like this one. It was fun, but it makes the mini muffins, and my kids are just totally past that. They make perfect muffins when my kids were in elementary for snacks and stuff, but not having any little kids at home, it's not worth it. Same with this. It just makes those little pizza, little pie pop things. This one here, it just makes these little cookie things. They're fun, but they're just not worth it. And this one makes pretzels, and again, it's just, I don't have time to, with all these machines, I know I just won't have time to, and I won't be making anything with them, so they can go. I'm keeping my little bagel slicer. I'm keeping my salad dressing. This one here, this slicer here can go. I've got some other attachments for my KitchenAid mixer. Back here, this is my little chocolate fountain. I am keeping my chocolate fountain. I'm getting rid of this mixer, so I'll find the beaters for that. I'm keeping my immersion blender. I'm keeping my pineapple core. I'm keeping my little David's tea, you know, makes your ice pops. I'm keeping this. This makes those onion bloom things, and this one here does a garlic baker. I'm getting rid of those. Like I said, I've got about 10 or 11 of these ice cream cups and the spoons that go with it. They are fun when my kids were little, but they just take up so much room, and they're just everywhere in my kitchen and downstairs. So those I'm getting rid of. These little cupcake things, they were so fun when my kids were little to make mini little desserts. I am getting rid of them. They are a pain to clean. I have this. So this is actually a 7-piece bowl set. So you've got 6 of like these big petals and this one here. And it was really good for when my kids had birthday parties or friends over to separate all their stuff. I'm not into that anymore. My kids are past that, so that can go. These cupcake holders here, these are fun. They look like a little tea thing. I've had them for so many years. They can go. I'm not keeping them. I've got the sushi maker here. I'm not keeping it. I've got my Mandalay here. I'm definitely keeping that, and I'm definitely keeping my rice cooker. This one here cooks 4 eggs in the microwave. I think I'll keep it for now, just because I've only used it a couple times, just to see if I do like it. I've got one of these extra things. I'm going to get rid of this one. And I've got this pack of 3. I'm going to get rid of this as well. These little crepe or pierogi makers. I don't need a maker. I've been making these without it. All you need is a round glass to cut out the dough, and then you can fold it by hand. Same with this cute little, get to the English side, this little sandwich maker. It was really fun when my kids were little to make the sandwiches and all these little shapes and stuff. They had fun making it. I'm not keeping this anymore. So I have a lot of stuff here that I'm not keeping. I've got a few other things here I'm not keeping. I'm not keeping these omelet one anymore. This one here is supposed to do bacon in the microwave. I've never used it for that. This is one of these trays for helping you ice cake. I'm past that now. I did used to use those a lot when I was making my kids cakes for their birthdays. I don't need it anymore. This here, I loved it, or I thought I would. I did use it a few times, but asparagus, when I buy it, it never lasts long enough to actually have this in my house, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This is the little popsicle maker. I'm going to keep this for this summer. So it's just a nice little one to have for making popsicles with my day-home kids. And I have this drawer here. I didn't do anything. All I did was just straightened all the containers and all the lids together. So this is done. I didn't have to do anything with this drawer. Same with this drawer. This is just all my glass bakeware. I just kind of organized them a little bit so I can actually open and close it a little bit better. This drawer, I didn't have to do anything to it because everything stays like this. And same with this bottom drawer. I didn't really do anything. I just took out some of those plastic containers that we don't use, and I just kind of straightened everything out. So this is for my herbs when I keep them in the fridge. I don't buy fresh herbs much. This one here makes my little eggs, so it's a little egg cup thing. I do use this one when I'm making my eggs. I've got some of these pizza pans here. There's 2 of them. We use them quite a bit. I've got my rolling pins here. This one I love. This one is okay. And then I've got my measuring cups and my 2 sifters and there's different funnels, my microwavable popcorn maker, and then my 2 microwavable silicone veggie things that I use all the time. So that's all that's left in there. Oh, and there's my little jar here that I do use for syrups. When I buy a larger bottle, then I can have a smaller one sitting out, easier to do. These drawers I haven't touched yet. This drawer I just took out the stuff. It needs to be wiped out still, but I just took out all the plastic straws and utensils and napkins from the takeout places, and it already looks so much better. And same with this one. I found one of these metal ones. I dumped out some other things from another drawer, and it fits here. So I'm actually gonna zip tie this one to here, and hopefully, you know, if I zip tie it, then when I open and shut the drawer, maybe less silverware will shuffle around, because right now if I open and close, this one moves, but if I zip tie it together, then it's not going to go anywhere, and it'll be perfect, because then I can have all my like larger serving stuff up here, and all my other stuff here, and then nothing's going to be going loose around. And then I've got back here my good salad serving set. So there's the spoon and the fork for my salads, just tucked back in there because they don't fit. They're actually longer than this little basket, but that's now organized. So I just have to take everything out and wash out the drawer. So that is what I've been working on. So now I can just go and put the items I'm keeping back into the drawers, and then I will start on the next two lower shelves. So I'll get all this stuff put away, and I'll bring out the other items. All right, I now have everything pulled out of those last two bottom cupboards. You can see how much kitchen appliance things I have. And what I'm definitely going to keep is, this is my KitchenAid mixer, and this is all the attachments that I have for it. And I recently got this attachment at Value Village for $10. This is the juicer attachment, but for this you need this attachment attaches onto the grinder attachment, which is attachment I don't have. I didn't know when I was at Value Village what exactly this worked with. I just knew it was KitchenAid because it says KitchenAid on something. I know I saw KitchenAid right there. It says KitchenAid. So it was a KitchenAid attachment for $10, so I knew I had to grab it. I can't use it till I get the other attachment, but see, it's got all these other attachments, so it does the juicing or pureeing or something. So that I'm keeping. This is my skillet I'm keeping. This is my bamboo steamer I've never used, but I am going to keep this one. This is my big slow cooker. I'm going to get rid of this only because it's broken, but it has the little mini one, which, I don't need. So when I get rid of this slow cooker, the mini one can go with it because it was a bonus and I've never used that one. Under this other stuff here, I have my big 3-in-1 slow cooker. I love that, so I'm keeping that. This is one of the KitchenAid attachments. This was one of these pet food treat things I recently got. I haven't used it yet. And then this is some more of this reusable parchment stuff for when I'm baking. I'll say I don't like this one as much as the other ones I had. And this is my Instant Pot, so I'm definitely keeping that. This is this dehydrator I've never used. I'm not keeping it. This is this juicer that I bought. It's a Black & Decker, I believe. Yes, it's a Black & Decker. I've used it a couple times. I was not interested in juicing, so that can go. This is this really fun, cool little Snoopy toast. Does 2 hot dogs and 2 hot dog buns. I thought it was fun. I've used it a few times, but just my kids outgrew it, and it's great if you have 1 or 2 kids, but when you're dealing with more than 2 kids, it takes so long because you have to let it cool down or else you'll burn the toast. So that I can go. These are my strainers. I need them. This is my salad spinner. I need this. This is this Black & Decker steamer thing. I'm going to try it. I've not had a chance to try it yet. So I'm going to keep this to try it. These are my cooking mats. So those I need. This is the little barbecue thing. It should be outside with the barbecue. I don't know why it's in the cupboard. And then I've got this set here. And this I got from the dollar store. And this actually helps you cut your cake into the multiple layers. I have not had a chance to use this. I haven't made a round cake yet, so I want to try this. And this is also supposed to help you lift the cakes out. And so again, I haven't had a chance to use this, so those I'm keeping. I did find my little honey jar, so that I'll keep. This is one of these big slicers for watermelon. I find it just too heavy for me to use, so that can go. These make some really cute little molds. So I've got to find, they're made by Jello or what, I don't remember, but they're Jello. These are make cute little Jello molds. So I just got these. I didn't get a chance to use them this year for Halloween, so these I'm going to save and use them this coming up Halloween. And I've got 2 kitchen scales. This one I know is my new one and it works. This one here is not working, and I don't know if it just needs a battery or if it's completely garbage. So this one I'm just going to set aside for the moment. This is my new one. I was actually kind of disappointed with it. I thought it'd be bigger than it was, but I only paid like $8 for it. So it's the same company, but this one's got more weight to it. This one I bought secondhand. This one I bought brand new. This one I got on clearance for like $8. So I can't really say that it's not worth it. I like it. I use my kitchen scales when I'm doing certain recipes, and of course I also have my electric can opener, which I do need. I forgot I had one. I just about bought a new one a couple weeks ago, and I thought I recently bought one, but I found it under the cupboard, and I need it because I can't use the can openers anymore. And of course I've got my 2 granite mortar and pestles, and I use these all the time. So now I'm just going to finish putting these things back in the cupboard, and then I can start. I think I've done all the cupboards now. I'm just doing a quick look. I didn't do those top 3 up there. They are going to be a pain, so I'm not going to do those today. Up there and this one here, again, there's not a lot in this cupboard. I think a lot of it is just, it's just extra cups and a few extra things that has to go in the other cupboard. Same with this cupboard here. This is just all our seasonal dishes and extra cups. So those I don't really have to do today. They just have to be, everything needs to be brought down and kind of reorganized. So I'm not worried about those cupboards today. But it was the lower cabinets, and then I got to wash the outside of all the cupboards, and I got to get the drawers done. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers to do. So I will pull everything out of those 6 drawers at one time. So I'll be back when I get this stuff put away and I'm ready to do the drawers. This is everything out of those 6 drawers. Actually, I did 7 drawers actually, but I'll show that in a second. So I just have to wipe the drawers out. So I got these 2 over here, which I always put in my baking stuff. This drawer here is just a catch-all, not quite sure where it goes. Usually just straws and the bottle brushes. And it was this bottom drawer here I also cleaned out. I actually found room for this Magic Bullet to be, or the NutriBullet to be in the same cupboard as the Magic Bullet. And like I said, so these 2 drawers here was our regular everyday utensils with cooking and baking. So we had the ones with the red handle because they're mostly KitchenAid here. And then we had the other ones on this side. And then this drawer here was also just a catch-all for other utensils. And you can see it's just, I know my drawers are dirty, greasy. They haven't been wiped down quite a few months. I also have found a thing of plastic forks and a bag of plastic spoons. So those would be the type of items that would also stay in these drawers. So when my kids take lunch to school, they use plastic cutlery instead of my good silverware, which is why I am missing spoons mostly. A few forks, but mostly spoons, and I think it's because my kids took them to school and didn't bring them home. Okay, so this is all that I have left to go through. There's not a lot here. It's very easy, very straightforward. Figuring out what I keep, what I'll get rid of, anything of duplicates, like all my little things, little veggie peelers. I have this set of 3 that I bought years ago from Avon. I actually use all of them. Any other peelers? There should be one more with a red handle. Yes, this one here with the red handle. My husband uses this one. I find the handle is just too big and too, like, not fat. It's really skinny and just long. I like this. It's a little shorter and fatter. Easier for me to peel the vegetables with. So I'm just going to go through this. Like I said, there's a lot of duplicate stuff here. We've got lots of these. We've got more of these than we need. These little tongs. And I've got lots of ladles. I got to go through and see, you know, I know which ones we use, which ones we don't use. I've got quite a few of these different little graters like this, but I actually use them for chocolate and nuts. So I've got two different sizes. One works best for chocolate, one works best for nuts. Now the one has the plastic handle, the other one is missing its handle or never had a handle. So I'd probably just get rid of this one, but I gotta see what else I have here first. So I'll be back as I get this stuff organized and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Alright, okay, so these are the two drawers that I usually keep all my baking stuff in. I've got them mostly organized. Like I said, I need some more of these little baskets from the dollar store. So I'll have to go get some this weekend. It will really help keep some of this other stuff more separated, because it means every time I open and close the drawer, everything is just going to slide around and get mixed together. But it's more organized than it was. So I have, it looks like 3 of these, but there's 3 different ones. So this one is for apples, this one is for peaches, and then the big one underneath is for mangoes. And I love these. I use these all the time cutting fruit. Somewhere in here, oh, I have this little, what is it called? It's the, what is it? Oh, the strawberry huller, so you can take the little tips off. I have that. I have got this little gadget here for doing citrus stuff. I've got, of course, my herb scissors, which I use a lot. This one here is for opening cans. It's like a multi-purpose, like 4 or 5 different ways to open cans, which I find I really need it because I can't even open a water bottle lately. So that has actually really helps me. All our bag clips because lots of kids in the house, lots of open bags of pasta, rice, and potato chips. So then everything spills all over my pantry. And then same with this. I've got a lot of whisks and like little egg beaters. I love my little mini things like this, so I can quickly whip up small amounts of things. My little honey spatula. This one here I recently got from David's Tea, and then David's Tea closed up where I live, but I still use this one. So one side is for matcha tea, one side is for regular tea. And I use this for coffee and lots of other things for measuring too. Like up here I've got my little what are they called, the pastry blenders. I've got a couple different styles of them. That one is for doing like quickly chopping salads, and then I've got a couple of the pastry dividers, pastry scrape things, whatever you want to call them, in this drawer. And over here in this drawer we've got my spoon rests, my tea little basket strainer thing, some brand new little bottle brushes, my spoon rests. I do have a small bag of plastic straws, but we are actually going to use the reusable ones. So I've got silicone, which are good for milkshakes, and then I've got the metal ones, which are good for everything else. I also recently had purchased this, and I keep not using it because I couldn't find it. So it's one of those pot washers. And I recently just bought this from somewhere. It was $1. I don't remember where I found this. It's at one of the dollar stores. So I haven't had a chance to use it, but it looks interesting. So it's supposed to help with the steam vent, which might also help prevent boiling over. And then, like I said, this drawer here is still just my tea towels and dishcloths. And this bottom drawer has nothing in it, so I put the plastic spoons and forks in it. Actually, I'm going to put the plastic straws in that one as well. Then under my sink, I I just have a few little things like these little plastic lids for when we eat picnics outside. That's the barbecue one. I just don't feel like running outside in a foot of snow to put that under the barbecue. So it is fine right there. This is one of these extra trays for my microwave. I don't know if I still have this microwave. I might, but I kept the ring. And then of course our popcorn dish and a couple of extra plastic champagne glasses. They're always good to keep on hand. And then this is the silverware drawer. And I couldn't find the clear zip tie, so I just used a blue one to see how it would work. I'd rather have it zip tied under the bottom, but I just thought if I just used one right now, just to see if it's gonna work or not work, no point in wasting zip ties if it doesn't work. And then this one here, I've got some of these extra bigger scoops that I don't use them. My husband uses them. My son uses them, so I can't get rid of them. This is for lifting out my bigger chickens and hams and roasts and stuff out of the pan. This little one here, I believe this is for my Instant Pot. So I just stuck it here for now. These are to hold the lids up on my little serving 3-in-1 slow cooker. And then I got my little glass Asian spoons here and my little condiment thing that goes with my chopsticks. And of course my paddle that goes with my rice maker. I had a couple more paddles. I just don't know where they were. I thought I had about 3 of them. One's all I found so far, but I haven't touched every drawer yet. So, and I think I might have dishes in the sink too. Then there's this drawer and this drawer. They kind of go together, but we kind of have like the red stuff, and then we've got the black handled stuff. We were kind of switching out things and colors and stuff. So these are now all organized. And then I'll show you what I put the the NutriBullet. So in this cupboard here, I said the top shelf had the Magic Bullet, and then the bottom shelf was empty. So I put the NutriBullet. So this is what this cupboard looks like, the NutriBullet. And then there's my gummy maker, and then the Magic Bullet. So I'm going to get another little basket to keep these items in as well, so they don't get knocked around. And then this cupboard here, you can see just how empty it is. So there's like not a lot. Actually, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm one of those people who if I feel like my cupboard looks too empty, I will unstack things and have things more spread out. So you can see just how emptied I've got my cupboards. So that is done. And then my other cupboards here. This one I've got my KitchenAid mixer and all the KitchenAid stuff, and then behind there I've got my 3-in-1 slow cooker back there, and that's all that's in this cupboard. See, this shelf has got like practically nothing. There's nothing on this top shelf. There are the Jello molds. I'll have to put them with the other baking stuff. I just stuck them there for now. So this is mostly just my KitchenAid mixer and all its attachments, which will probably end up using up here for the more attachments. And then this last cupboard here now has, just up on the top shelf, I've got both the scales, only because I gotta check this one. It might just need a new battery, or it might be totally broken, and I don't want to donate it if it's broken. So I have to test that one. This is my new one, so I know it works. Back there I put my steamer, and then I got my mortar and pestles, my Instant Pot, the other big steamer, my skillet, my strainers, and my salad spinner. So I have really emptied out my cupboards. So now I'm not yeah, I think I've done for today. I don't feel like reaching above my head at the moment. It is almost 1:30. I started this at about 8 this morning, so I've been working hard all morning doing my kitchen, doing all the lower cabinets, and I did 2 of the upper. So I only have 1, 2, well, actually I didn't do any, no, I did 1 upper cupboard. 2, 3, so I just have 1, 2, 3 upper cupboards left to do, and I've got my kitchen done. I think I will do those 3 later tonight or probably tomorrow. So I'm going to end my video here just because my back is kind of getting stiff on me from all the reaching and bending over. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's watching my videos and subscribing to my channels, and I'll see you in my next videos. Bye.